podcasting from Brooklyn Bridge Park, Pier number 3. This is the Brooklyn Baritone Podcast. Hey everyone, thank you very much for checking me out. Whether it's your first time or 10th time or 60th time, I very much appreciate the likes, the looks, the listens, and I very much will always appreciate the support by hitting my subscribe button and the notification bell on my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. I know the previous week I talked about miserable people. I guess this is a kind of a continuation of it because I was talking with a few of my veteran colleagues about certain things they went through as far as people trying to, hold up or railroad their military career. Now, what I'm talking about isn't just in particular or limited to veterans or people who are service members, because remember, I'm a veteran that was a service member and went through, of course, similar things. And it's unfortunate that so many people go through this and have to go through this only because of pride and ego and wickedness in people's hearts. Now, I remember having to deal with higher-ranking people with a whole lot of undesirable things. One of the more prominent things that I'm going to go down, I'm not going to go through every single thing, is me not being able to go to NTO Academy to be sergeant, when I really wanted to. Because these individuals just saw it that I guess wasn't worthy enough, or they didn't want to take the time to actually sign the paperwork and submit it for me to actually go to NCO Academy. And that was a kind of devastating turning point for me in my military career. Unfortunately, in my younger years, I didn't have the knowledge and the persistence that I have now. Had I had those things then, if it was more developed, I would have went when I was ready, and that was that. But unfortunately, I just didn't have the proper leadership at that time to actually guide me and actually push me in the right direction, because so many people feel like it's going to come out of their pocket to see you advance, to see you get more money, to see you get more status, to see you move on in life and do great things. People feel more beholden to hold you back for whatever reason. For some reason, it probably makes them sleep better at night. That's the bunch of wicked-hearted and bad-minded people. Now, the unfortunate part is in the military, this same or similar story reverberates through so much other veterans. And it's crazy. I understand people who don't really know about the military life. They'll probably think once a veteran gets out, you start to get showered with nothing but benefits and money and all types of good stuff. And that's not true. It all depends on how you work out your military career, whether it's going to be 20 years, 30 years, 4 years, 6 years, whatever. But if you don't have the right people around you and armed with the right knowledge, you're going to come out probably in worse shape than you were when you came out, because it does take a good amount to get through boot camp and then deal with something, not just combat, which is a serious thing, but just dealing with people who are just toxic. And there's no shortage, unfortunately, for people who are toxic. Now, the thing about that, and this is not just, again, limited to veterans, if you're dealing with someone in your workplace and they just seem just totally focused on messing you up, having you break down, messing your money up, messing your career up, which is basically messing up your way of life, don't flip out. Your best bet, because what they're going to do is try and use the pen. And they say the pen is mightier than the sword. You have to meet them on that level playing ground. Whenever something happens or something even if you come into work one day and something that smells fishy, you know what? Annotate it. Annotate everything. If you're going to be around someone and, you don't like their vibes, or they have ulterior motives against you, you document every single thing. I was there already. It gets tiring. Some people don't have the fortitude for it, but this is your best bet to do. Your best bet you could also do as well, arm yourself with people who, are not going to exaggerate, people who can back you up for your character. So before you even get to that point, what I should have said was, step one, you make sure you're flying straight. Don't give them ammunition. where they're going to use that against you, because people who have it out for you, they will find any little excuse and they will blow it up and exaggerate it and present it to whoever they need to present it to get you fired, get you locked up, to prevent you from getting money, messing up your livelihood. So you have to fight for you the right way on their terms, unfortunately, but you can do it if you do it properly. Level head. And make sure you fly straight so they have no ammunition, like I told you before. And then you make sure you get to the documenting. The pen is mightier than the sword. Like I said, if anything doesn't even look right, if nothing looks right, if the sky just don't look right, you document on Tuesday, on the 25th, at 8:07 a.m. The sky. I'm serious. I'm serious because I've been through it myself. And when people know that you are armed and you can handle yourself properly, don't fly off at the handle. That's more ammunition, and that's degrading your character, unfortunately. Some people do need to get rolled up on, but most of the time, that's not the way to do it, because you're not helping anything out. You're not helping yourself out after that, behind it. So what you need to do, try your best to be humble. Use that anger that you have inside of you and funnel it and focus it. They want to use a pen to make cases against you. You use your pen to build yourself up, because you're protecting your character. You're protecting your image. You're protecting your pockets. You are protecting that plate of food that you want to put on your table. You're protecting the potential of you doing better things, opening a business, getting a home. But if you get railroaded, it's going to hold you up or even take you down a road where you probably can't recover. Do it smart for the future you. So anyways, I think that's all I want to say. Just a little word to the wise. Just, me thinking about certain things that happened to me and talk to my other veteran counterparts, and it's crazy how it happens with so many veterans and it's still happening. It's terrible for service members, because there are people in positions of leadership that should not be there at all. And on the flip side, on the civilian side, yeah, it happens there too. But what I told you to do is the best way to protect yourself. Document everything. If you need to lawyer up. I mean, easier said than done, but I'm telling you that this goes a long way to help you out in the long run and neutralize your enemy's attacks. That's the whole idea. Anyways, that's all I got for today. You can catch the rest of my podcast on my website at www.brooklynbaritone.com. You can also catch the rest of my other production at my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. I'm also on LinkedIn under Corey Ashley. You could find me on Instagram and on Facebook. You could catch my audio podcast on Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Play Store, and Amazon Music under Podcasts. Well, thank you again for joining me. Thank you very much for listening. I pray that you guys are blessed and you're covered, and I want you guys to walk good, and you will hear from me next week.